Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to round 2 of JimCool's Ubers Open. Commentary brought to you by Jim. Forgive me for the delay, folks. I know this one took a bit longer to come out. There was some issues. Super Epic Emperors was supposed to come on, but we had some issues finding a time, and then also I got sick. I'm actually still a bit sick, but I've taken some drugs. I'm feeling alright now. I can in fact record. And yeah. Let's get right into it. I'd like to thank my most recent patron, of course, Rubbish Bin Man, with the tier 1 patron. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the support. Patreon information in the description. Join my Discord. And let's go. We got up first. We've got JimCool versus Advanced Ubers, also known as Junior. Advanced Ubers. So you're gonna see some interesting gaming here. We've got a Deoxys defense lead, which Super Epic Emperors was talking about. Actually a hyper offense lead, despite what you might think, because it can make spikes quickly and match up pretty well against other leads. I've missed Rock Slide, unfortunately. Decided to just go with an Earthquake. I wanted Rock Slide for the extra flinch chance, but allowed another spike, unfortunately. But we do get through the Deoxys defense with the Swords Dance to boot. Go Latios into the Kyogre, very sensible. Maybe he should have Ice Beamed there, because, I mean, if I stay, that still does damage. I'm probably forced out anyway, and Latios, most common switch in. I could go into Snorlax, but spikes are down anyway. But anyway, let's continue. Got the Thunder Para on the incoming Snorlax versus the Latios. So these spikes aren't too bad, because I've got 2 Spike Immune Pokemon on the team. I've missed a Toxic. Now that's pretty unfortunate right there. I don't recall if this Mewtwo had Lumberry or not. Usually if it's lead Mewtwo, it has Lumberry. If it's not lead Mewtwo, it might have leftovers. So that, if it's a leftovers Mewtwo, I'm not happy about that one. We successfully pivot into Groudon on the Thunder though. And this is a pretty good looking Earthquake. Oh, but I doubled to Jirachi. What's that about? Oh, on the Ice Beam. Jim, you're a genius. You did it. I think we go for a Slam. Or we go for a Wish. Alright, I can stay in and Slam if I like. He's pivoted around. I maybe should have slammed the turn earlier on the switch out to something, but I guess I thought Wish was safer in the moment. No para? Oh no, Jim. Don't get parried, man. I'll make a Spike. This Mewtwo, very threatening. I'm gonna go Jirachi. I thought he might not Thunder again. Maybe he tries to catch the Groudon. Unfortunately, he Thundered and it crit. So that was unlucky. Because even if he did Thunder and I got the predict wrong, I at least can protect and then stay out of range of a second Thunder killing me, get a Body Slam off or something. But yeah, this is why Rain is so dangerous. Thunder is just an insane move. So I boom on the incoming Kyogre. Pretty good play by Jim, but it's not going to be enough. Spikes are down, we're getting chipped too much. Too much pressure being applied to this Groudon. I actually made a horrible play there. I T-waved the Mewtwo. I didn't see... Look, Jim. You got to take a look at... See that? No leftovers. Don't be like me, folks. If you see that they don't... I think I did this last round as well. And I don't learn my lesson. I T-waved the bloody Mewtwo. I think in my head I was like, he's not leftovers because... I mean, he's not Lumberry because... he's not lead, but not true. Not true. Look at the information given to you, Jim. I blow up on the Snorlax. My last-ditch attempt to maybe get there with Latios. But as we know, probably not going to cut it. I could have maybe won if I froze the Metagross, but that's wishful thinking. So that's game 1 over. Game 2. Uh-oh, banned Heracross lead. We at least have the Fori switch in. Let's make spikes, ladies and gents. Kyogre threatening the entire world here. I go back Latios, probably get ice beamed, or we get T-waved. I can refresh, however. Do I click refresh? Yes, I do. Nice play, Jim. Let's go back to Fori on the Snorlax. Oh, we got Fire Blasted in rain. Very, very, very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and make spikes regardless, I think, here. And right here, I'm threatening us an explosion. And I get it. So I'm loving this position. I think that's great for me. I've got 2 spikes and his Snorlax is out of the picture. We've Toxic to Latias. He's probably got Refresh, however. If I'm smart, I'm whirlwinding here on the refresh. Yes, okay. I call in Heracross. Pretty bad outcome, actually. You know, now that Fori's dead, Heracross kind of threatens my entire team, so I have to go... I actually thought about that one for a while, and I decided, you know, banned Heracross is so threatening that my best bet is actually to go to Kyogre here and get my Selakberry. Because Heracross's Mega Horn chips me down into the range where I eat my Selakberry. And then I outspeed Heracross and force it out. He does just go to his own Kyogre. I thought he might be scared of Thunder. I get the random crit, but I don't actually have Thunder on this Kyogre though. And then... yeah, this was before I talked to Super Epic Ampharos about the sets, and I didn't know that Heracross ran special defense in Ubers. I was just looking at the OU Choice Band set, and I was like, okay, Thunder kills this. I'm in the clear. Nope. He lives it, and he kills me. So let's... Folks, if you ever needed to be sold on banned Heracross in Ubers, here it is. It's an excellent lead. It threatens just about the whole world, and... you know, not much can run coverage to exactly like one hit it, or especially with the special defense, you can just about live all the key hits you can think of. So I go for an Ice Beam into this Lugia, into this Metagross, like a... that's a absolute desperation play. But it is winnable with Lugia, to be honest, because Lugia is so bulky. I got the freeze. Can we do it, Jim? He woke up, but he dodged Mash. So let's burn him. He got the attack raise though. This is looking horrendous for Jim. Jim is not honestly having a good time, but I can live the boom. I wish that he didn't get the second attack raise. I would have had a bit of health. But it's all over. He's got superpower on the Deoxys. I remember this, and I'm dead. And it's considered over by many people. GG to Advanced Upas, aka Junior. It was a good game. A bit of bad luck on my end, but... also, this team was not solid versus banned Heracross. A bit of a lack of meta awareness on the part of Jim. In my next Ubers tournament, I'm going to be ready for all the surprises. You know, you're not going to get me with a banned Heracross. You're not going to get me with whatever the hell. And I'm not going to throw against Thunder. Okay, I now understand you got to build around Thunder. Because Thunder is the best move in the game. Game set 2. Arctic versus TechMarkGaming. TechMarkGaming off a great win in the first round. Arctic also. And leading with a sub-Deoxys attack, I think, is not something I've seen. It's definitely... I'm sure it's a viable lead, but... I think of Deoxys attack as like a late-game sweeper, especially the subset. Goes for a counter, doesn't quite... goes for Safeguard after getting Toxic. That's not the way to go about it. Encores into Toxic. Okay, he gets a free switch in for a teammate. I guess his Snorlax is thick fat then. Actually, in Ubers, you know, that actually makes a bit of sense. You can take some hits from, like, for example, Ho-Oh right here. But Ho-Oh, pretty good against Snorlax with the burn chance on Sacred Fire, and gets the burn instantly. TechMarkGaming is now not looking good. He's got a burn Snorlax. And Fortress is going to get some free tours to make spikes here. Yeah, the Snorlax, when you're on Protect, it's really good versus, like, enemy explosions, but it takes away a crucial move slot, and you could be running, like, Fire Blast for Fortress, or, you know, Rest. Maybe even Explosion of your own if you can't fit it. Earthquake, Shadow Ball, those kind of moves. So we've got a Blissey coming in, it's getting a free Toxic. I like that switch into Fortress there on the superpower. And actually stays in spikes. I would have been afraid of maybe a Fire Punch, but I guess it doesn't really make sense. He's got a Rain team. It's probably Thunder, and Sun was up at that point. He doesn't want to risk the 50% Thunder, so he doesn't go for it. And this Latias can... Latias with Calm Mind and Thunder is going to be really good here, it looks like. I think that this is a great win condition right now. Gonna chunk the Kyogre. I think that's the advantage of Latias over Latios, is the extra bulk. And as a Calm Mind finisher, on this team, like, we've already caused a bit of damage. You got spikes up, everything's a little bit chipped. Latias is a bit nicer at coming in, taking a bit less damage from those hits, and Calm Mind, getting a bit more out of the Calm Mind special defense boost. Being able to probably do good against his enemy Latios because of his extra bulk. Now let's stop talking about that for 100 years and talk about the moment at hand. HP Ghost on the Latios. Gonna chip it down. Quite a significant amount. Blissey coming in. Gonna threaten another free Toxic. Ups to heal instead. Kabutops. Kabutop's very chipped. Nice use of Fortress. The physical defense on Fortress gonna force out this Kabutops. Kabutops could be a threat, but it's got limited entry points with spikes up here. And it's hard for him to get rain up. He can pretty easily reset the weather himself with his own Groudon. Yeah, this is... brings in Kyogre as a last-ditch effort to remake rain. Maybe make something happen with his Deoxys and his Latios. But doesn't look like that's going to be possible. His Deoxys is Toxic. And wouldn't have extreme speed on a subset. GG to Arctic. Well done. And on to game 2. Let's switch sides for continuity. Just kills his freaking Heracross immediately with a pump. So that's a way to play around banned Heracross, I suppose. You got a speedy Kyogre, they don't expect that. The Heracross probably thought he was faster and got... We've got Astolfo, the Wobbuffet. This guy loves Wobbuffet. It's a good Pokemon. Gonna Encore into Thunder Wave. Allowing Groudon in for free. Forcing out Kyogre. And getting a free sub. I like this. This looks good. Oh, it doesn't have Rock Slide though. Has EQ HB Ghost, no Rock Slide. Wow, the banned HP Flying doing 84% to Latios. With a Memento to allow in Rayquaza, I suppose. That's... You know, Memento is a more fringe option on Latios, but it can be great on offensive teams to get you a free turn for example, a DD Rayquaza. But unfortunately, Kyogre going to live and Ice Beam it. Not quite what he needs to win. Arctic able to check the Rayquaza, and I'm pretty sure it's over at this point. He's got just a Groudon left. Unless this Wobbuffet makes a miracle happen. You better click counter. He did click counter, but I think there's no way. Latios is gonna 100% defeat this Groudon. There's no way. You're gonna get Dragon Clawed, and Extreme Speed gonna clean it up. Well played to Arctic. Well played. Up next, we've got Raph and Mitana. Both Uber's players that actually play this format. They're not new, they're experienced. So this could be a good one. We've got a Snorlax lead and a Mew lead. That's a bit novel. Snorlax opts to just trade with the Mew, not let it get any shenanigans. Mew is a good lead. You Swords Dance and Self-Destruct, and you have a lot of coverage as well. So you can often get 2-for-1s. And at minimum 1-for-1, there's not a lot of ghost types in Ubers, so Explosion becomes a little bit more powerful just off that, even though it was already like the most powerful move in Gen 3 almost. In Ubers, you rarely see ghost types. Most common ghost type is Gengar. More of a fringe pick than like a metagame mainstay. It is good, but yeah, you can often just jam a Self-Destruct, bait in something, and get a free trade early on. It's a bit like a Metagross lead in OU. Latios going to come in and allow in Snorlax pretty freely. That's a fortunate Body Slam Paralyze. And the Fire Blast in Sun. And he dodges the mash. This is a pretty nice moment for Mitana. Getting through Metagross is pretty big. That allows Snorlax to have a lot more breathing room. Metagross usually quite threatening versus Snorlax and forces Kyogre in, explodes on it, stuff like that. Now, no threat of an explode. Oh, Solar Beam. Love that option. Anti-Groudon technology on the Latios. Beautiful. Gonna Dragon Claw down the Snorlax. This Snorlax is very hard to get through now. But with that bit of chip, he can actually probably take it out with a superpower here. Yep, looks like it. And it's a Metagross. Gonna go for the other superpower and sack this Deoxys. Oh, wait. He actually was playing around Pursuit. He's a genius. The Deoxys probably with a bit of bulk to live that. Love that. I think that's great. And of course, a Latios comes out. Wow, that is just one hitting that Groudon. That is not a very bulky Groudon. And yeah, Latios is going to just Ice Beam this too. Damn, that was pretty nicely done by Raph there. He made some cool plays, but yeah, losing that Metagross like that. I do think he should have clicked Explosion and not Mash. It's so risky. I mean, he's the Ubers player. Don't mind me making backseat gaming, but if you click Explosion, there's no risk of a miss. The Mash actually missed. So you've got Miss Chance and Para Chance. And also, he could 2-hit you with Fire Move from that point. And you got to maybe expect the Fire Move. He's got a Groudon. So I would say Explosion's a better option there. That would have traded with the Snorlax. You would have had a bit more breathing room. Your Latios more effective. But yeah, I don't know. That was a bit of a rough one because the Groudon and the Rayquaza both dropped to the Latios. But you might have had a bit more to use. Anyway, game 2 here. We've got a Lugia lead and another Groudon lead from Raph. Gonna go Skarm onto the Lugia. This is a great switch in. Skarm looks like it's very nice in this matchup. Snorlax is the switch in. You got to expect the Fire Move to come out. Could have been a bluff. That was a crit para. That is really unfortunate. And another crit. Okay, so he Swords Danced. He probably thought he could live one slam and then kill it with Earthquake after the second, but we don't live in that world. He got crit again. That was there's a trend of Snorlax just absolutely haxing things to death in this set. And now, with Groudon dead, Snorlax is going to be so much harder to deal with. Ah, gets the burn on the enemy Snorlax. It's actually over. That's so unlucky. Not only did he lose his entire Groudon for no reason, now his own Snorlax is a useless Pokemon. With a simple burn, Snorlax is... tries to protect on the boom too. If Raph booms here, he's a god gamer. Playing around protect. But he drops to the slam. But I think that was a good not boom. Band Rayquaza. Probably gonna trade with it. Yeah, that's Snorlax. That's Snorlax 3 for 1. Jesus. that is insanity. Do we think this Rayquaza has Fire Move? I hope not. Gonna double back to his own Latios. This has got to be over at this point, though. Oh, D-Claw? I mean, if the... Deoxys attack is going to finish it off. I was going to say, if he... he does that? Maybe he should have sacked Latios. Is he thinking he can wall this out? That's unfortunate. Yeah, maybe that's the best way to go. Maybe the Deoxys doesn't have fire coverage. It's either Choice Band or all physical. But it's actually quite a common set. You go Spell Tag, Deoxys, physical, and then Fire Punch is the last move to hit actually those physical walls that would otherwise own you, like Skarmory, and Fortress is actually the big one, so... Yeah. The other thing he could have done is sacked Latios, gone to his Deoxys, and then tried to E-Speed to the enemy. But maybe he didn't have E-Speed on his Deoxys, in which case his line there makes sense. That was really unlucky. That's unfortunate that he got knocked out like that. He's a good player. But that's alright. So we've got Bergenser versus Big Will, aka Zach Fox. Bergenser is a new player, friend of mine from the country of Norway, who is trying out Ubers. Thanks for joining, mate. Hope you had fun. Big William, fellow YouTuber. Check out his channel, Will Hackerson, I think it is. He's got some funny vids on there. And he streams too. And he's a good bloke as well. Bergenser bulking up. Well, which Groudon's going to win here? I think the bulked up one might have the advantage in defense. But, you know, it appears to be faster, so I would say that Bergenser he Rock Slide. Great awareness, Bergenser. Excellent move. Rock Slide finishes it off anyway. You cover a switch out to a ground immune. And gets a big Rock Slide crit on this Latios. A nice last hurrah for this Groudon on 20% health. He's going to switch out. What the? Okay, Bergenser, that was not the... What the heck was that? I'm so sorry, but what the heck are you... You can't switch Deoxys attack into things. It has no defense stat. Were you trying to catch a recover? Maybe he was trying to catch a recover, but I don't think that he would recover when he's dead to Rock Slide anyway. I think that Latios is just going to attack there. Just going to finish off the Groudon. If you're going to switch out, go to Lax or something. Maybe go to a Steel type. I don't advise this switch to Deoxys attack. I think that was inadvisable. But he gets Aerodactyl, and he's still looking good. The Latios is chipped. Invites in the Metagross, and goes Mewtwo. I think Big William just clicked HP Fire. Perhaps trying to catch a switch into a Fortress. But Mewtwo comes in, and great entry point for Mewtwo. Whoa, Flamethrower crit. That was fortunate. And Flamethrower... Oh, I don't know if... Was Flamethrower more damage than Psychic there? I'm not sure. I think it's the same, actually. Yeah, it's the exact same. Goes Blissey against the Deoxys. Don't stay in versus Superpower. Don't do it. Oh, what? He switched out? He didn't have Superpower. Or he didn't want to click it because it was too obvious. Oh, Mewtwo back in. Mewtwo can tank hits, man. Mewtwo is like an offensive threat that's pretty bulky. Really good Pokemon. And yeah, gonna... Nice sack there. Gonna get a pretty easy switch back into Deoxys attack for some big momentum. Does have Superpower. Just chose not to do it versus the Blissey. Not the worst play in the world. I mean... The Superpower was so obvious that it was almost bad. Typhlosion! What the hell does Typhlosion do in Ubis? What is that? Oh, can he Focus Punch Blissey? Oh, sub? What the... Are we going to sub down to a berry and then... Ah, yeah, look at that. That's big damage. That's the Charizard strat. I don't know why Typhlosion is different to Charizard. Maybe it's better somehow in Ubers. That's epic that you've brought Typhlosion. I thank you for the viewers at home. Metagross going to get parried a bunch of times and does end up exploding though. So all for naught. And then Exeggutor cleans it up. Exeggutor's a good Pokemon. Big Chlorophyll speed. That was a fun game. I liked that. Bergenser, you made some good decisions, but also you sacked your Deoxys attack for no reason, but also you made it happen. Mewtwo got so many free entry points, and Exeggutor cleaned it up. That was epic. Going with Kyogre. A couple rain teams facing off. Huge Thunder to start it off. We're going to trade Thunders. Neither one paralyzed. Bergenser looks like he's got the faster Kyogre for the moment. No paralyze. Bergenser is a Blissey fan, evidently. Whoa, Metagross is just gonna drop Blissey instantly with a mash. That's surprising. And Latios with Carmine able to break through Snorlax amazingly. Oh, but the Protect is going to chip heal it enough to trade with Latios. Genius. Nice play. Oh, I would have exploded, but you got rewarded. You got the para. Oh, you can't fit. You probably can't fit Explosion. I wonder if it's Curse Protects then. Latios gonna smack the Kyogre. Entry point for Deoxys attack. Gets the free sub. This looks good. Our Shadow Ball. We've got a Deoxys attack with no Thunder. We're gonna sub down to Berry. Bergenser, you gotta put a even number of health so that you can sub down to 25% and get the Berry. It's not that... I guess it's not that impactful. Lychee Berry Deoxys. That's... I usually only see Pitaya Berry. Gonna save the Deoxys. Yeah, shouldn't have gone Kingdra there. Not only because you died at 2 extreme speeds, but... Rayquaza actually cancels out the rain, so you don't have Swift Swim speed anymore. But that's alright. Going Aerodactyl would have been a good switch if you did that first. Then you could maybe EQ the incoming Metagross. Nice play, Bergen. You did it. That was nice. And nice pivot to Deoxys. This is really good. You know he's going to switch out there. That was really good. Gonna E-speed on the way out. Didn't go for the EQ the second time. Fair enough. And we've got game 3. Gonna Rock Slide instantly. And once again, Blissey coming out. Fan of Blissey. I mean, it's a good Pokemon. One of the nicest checks to the very dangerous special threats in the format. Aerodactyl again. Whoa. You gotta stop switching in Deoxys attack. You gotta stop doing it. Same team. I think with Aero here, you just go for flinches with Rock Slide Para. Or, maybe if you have Explosion on Exeggutor, you just go to Exeggutor and try to explode. Because he's never going to switch out here. He's got a Curse Up. He's never going to switch out from the Deoxys attack. Doesn't have Explosion on the Exeg. Okay. Mewtwo might have superpower. Not superpower. Yeah, that Snorlax just got way too much value. That was unfortunate. You gotta... Curse Snorlax can really destroy you sometimes if you're not ready. Just one free turn for Snorlax, it's sometimes lights out just like that. I think if you have like a Metagross, you can curb that threat a little bit if you've got... You know, honestly, I think your best bet was to try to go for flinches with the Aerodactyl. I think that would have worked out. And if you had a Deoxys attack here, had an Exeggutor here, this was very winnable. Your Deoxys and your Exeggutor are super threatening. He got the Rock Slide finish there. I actually... Although EQ would have also killed, but... I get covering the switch to Ho-Oh. I understand it. Gonna get killed by Superpower, and gonna get killed by Superpower. Nice showing by Bergenser. I think you're pretty good for a first Ubers tournament. I like your teams, but... Yeah, some misplays in there. No worries, though. You'll get it. You did quite well. Up next, we've got Pokology versus Mad Dog, also known as El Presidente, also known as Mother Shucker. Pokology, I think, has played Ubers before. He's a ADV gamer, and I've played against him before. He usually brings some like quirky, funny teams. Mad Dog is an Australian gamer who might just appear on the channel in the future. Captain of my current Retro World Cup team. And good bloke. Let's go. We've got a Tar lead. What did I say about novel concepts? Tar, a bit more uncommon in Ubers, especially I would say uncommon in the lead slot. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I've never seen a lead Tar so far in my Ubers career. Pretty free pivot into Furry for Mad Dog there. HP Fire Furry. That's fun. But the Furry looks like... The enemy Furry looks like it has special defense. So, not going to take too much. Tar gets invited in. This is kind of the problem with Tyranitar, as Super Epigantherus said, is that it invites in Groudon, and if you got T-Wave, Groudon's an even better switch-in than it already was. It resets your weather, it resists your stab, and it threatens you instantly. So, Tyranitar. Hard Pokemon to use in Ubers, but can be good. Gets a random freeze on Ho-Oh. Was trying to catch the Groudon coming in, actually. I like the Ice Beam option. Is he going to click it again? Goes for T-Wave again. Hopefully he can eliminate this Groudon and be able to make his sand in peace. But so far it's looking rough to do so. He's going to use Mad Dog's maneuver against him. Pivot Furry into Lugia. To find a Rapid Spin. Give himself a bit of reprieve against this Spike. Sun is up, HP fire, threatened. Mad Dog gonna do the astute decision and make a spike. Threatening HP fire, he can expect a switch out. And big mind games going on. This Tyranitar is threatening an Ice Beam every time against this Groudon. Threatening Thunder Wave against everything else. So this Tyranitar can cause a lot of damage, but Mad Dog making the right call every single time here. Against all odds. Gets Tyranitar back in. Heal Bell gonna heal the freeze on Ho-Oh. Are you gonna Ice Beam, T-Wave? Gets a pretty nice Rock Slide into Lugia. That's really good. That's what we want to see. Are you gonna Ice Beam the Groudon? He is. He finally got it. But that's honestly pretty bad damage right there. That Groudon is not caring very much at all about getting Ice Beamed. I'm sure that's a bulky Groudon then. Gonna do the pivot back to Tar once again. Goes for the Ice Beam. Does get a T-Wave on Fori. That's something, I suppose. Gonna go for flinches. You know what? Fair enough. He can find a spin later. I think that's sensible. Ice Beam randomly. Ah, oh, good-o. Nice play. Groudon actually taking a bit of chip. And so far, Pokology is not really caring too much about the spikes. Has a Lugia with spike immunity. Gonna get the Toxic. Oh, that was great play. Because Mad Dog thought that he would go to Tyranitar again, like he's done every single time. And he's thinking he won't Toxic. I have my Blissey, I have my Fori. Toxic is really weak. I can just get Fori in for free. But he conditioned it by doing the same Tar play every time. Now, Mad Dog expecting the Tar play finds the Toxic, and that's huge. Unfortunately, though, he does have a Heal Bell Blissey. So, he can heal off the Toxic, but if he's able to, like, kill the Blissey or threaten the Blissey... Alright, gonna Rock Slide, but now every bit of chip counts a little bit more thanks to Toxic. Leftovers healing is cut in half. And yeah, Blissey gonna Heal Bell now. Kind of halting the progress of that Toxic. But Fori gonna use the turn that Mad Dog spent Heal Belling to get Fori in and find the spin, which is also good. This is quite a long game. This is two slow-paced teams. Quagsire comes in. That is really random. I don't know what this thing does. I mean, it's water absorb. It's good versus Kyogre, I imagine, but unfortunately tanks are toxic. Nice T-Wave. T-Wave dangerous click as evidenced by the fact that Groudon has come in on it multiple times this game, but Pokology goes for it, and if he Ice Beams again, he's a gamer. He didn't do it. Every time this Tar is in, it's a mix-up situation. This Groudon is getting chipped slowly but surely. On 33%. So this really weird game plan is happening right now. Didn't Ice Beam that time, so the Groudon able to chip heal up a bit on the Thunder Wave there. Deoxys Defense comes in. Okay. This thing can have knockoff. Oh, Calm Mind Deoxys Defense. That's weird. That's not a set that I've seen, but yeah, Pokology known for unique sets. Bit of innovation here. I'm sure someone's used Deoxys Defense with Calm Mind before, but Jim has never seen it. Jim is amazed. Rest? I'm assuming rest there because he tanks Toxic and continues to Calm Mind anyway. That doesn't really make sense unless you've got rest. Blissey, able to come in on the rest turns and find a Heal Bell. Pretty enormous. But yeah, Deoxys... Light Screen is gonna... and Lugia just comes in and whirlwinds him out. So Blissey got a free Heal Bell. And then This Deoxys is like achieving nothing now. Let's skip ahead a bit because... Oh, well, never mind. It doesn't actually seem to have whirl... Oh, well, as I say that, he whirlwinds out. I guess he can afford to toxic it for good measure because light screen's up, and then also heal and then whirlwind. He got the extra little bit of turns of value. Well done. That was good. Groudon chip healing up. Every bit of chip heal on Groudon is crucial. Groudon is the linchpin. Pokology said this is going to take a while. You're telling me. I agree, and I'm going to... Let's put it on fast mode, then. Let's put it on fast mode, because this is going to take a while. But don't let anyone tell you that a Pokemon game that takes a while can't be exciting, because this is... There's a lot going on here. And the teams are interesting. I like a long game. Sometimes. I will say that my throat is a bit sore from all the talking. But I don't think that Pokology can win the war of attrition here. All that chip that he did, all that work against the Groudon, and now it's chip healed all the way back up to 76%. And now Deoxys is in, applying a bit of offensive pressure. Oh, he's got a heal bell blissey too. Okay, this really will take about 10 hours. I was like, oh, all these guys are statist. He's losing long term. Never mind, he also has heal bell. I just don't think that he's strong enough against this Groudon. He really has to like guess right multiple times with the tar to chip it. And it's chip healing so much. Yeah, he forfeits knowing that he can't win the long-term war of attrition. Which I think is an absolute gentleman maneuver. That's a sportsman-like... moment. Wait, he says that he has to go and you can take the win, but... It looks like they played another game. What is this link? Ah, well... I guess they changed their mind, because here's game 2. Not sure what happened there. He said take the win, but then they actually do play game 2. Maybe he didn't have to go. His plans changed, and he was like, you know what, let's play the second game. Whatever happened, here we are. After that game, he's decided, I'm not playing another 100-turn game. Let's go with Mewtwo. Let's go offensive. Let's get this over with quickly. Shedinja coming in on Latios. That's one of the advantages of Shedinja, is it can come in on a Latios if they only have Thunder, Ice Beam, or Dragon Pulse. Dragon Claw, sorry. The dangerous thing though is that occasionally Latios runs HP Fire, so if that's the case, then Shedinja gets really owned by that. Because the whole point of Shedinja pivoting into it is now eliminated. But Shedinja looks like it's going to be good versus this particular Latios. And with access to Baton Pass, it's a great way to pivot. Like right there, gets a free weather reset versus the incoming Groudon. And gonna chip in the Latios coming in. This is very well played so far. Great matchup for Shedinja. Getting free pivots every time Latios comes in. And look how valuable that is. A free Calm Mind. And he could go for a Thunder, goes for a Dragon Claw, that's gonna 2-hit. Didn't get paralyzed either. So this Latios is... Oh, it's another... Looks like it's another Protect Snorlax, which is gonna... And he gets the low roll. Snorlax doing the same thing it did last time. And... using Protect for that little bit of chip heal to live a +1 Latios' big attack. That has saved Snorlax's life twice now. And that is an advantage of Protect. on Snorlax. Heracross pivoting into Jirachi on a Protect. Great play. It goes for Brick Break though. Probably scared of a potential Skarmory switch in. Sensible. But got Body Slam parried. Does he have Guts? If he has Guts, this is a big incoming hit. Whoa, goes to Kyogre. Very nice position against that Ho-Oh. Goes for Thunder. I suppose he has a free turn while Latios is recovering to fish for a Paralyze. And then Shedinja obviously coming in on the Latios for free, as it does. With a free pivot to Kyogre. Huge Water Spout. Shedinja back again. Getting infinite value off the Shedinja. Big Brick Break. Not that big actually. Skarmory has high defense as it turns out. Turns out Skarmory's a pretty good Pokemon to switch into a physical threat. Who would have thought? Gonna absolutely take down the Skarmory with a Water Spout though. That's interesting. By the way, Shedinja's dead because one spike is up. I just realized that Pokology is insane and he's running Shedinja without a Rapid Spinner. Because Shedinja has 1 health. It'll die to absolutely anything. So Shedinja no longer going to be achieving any value. Going to die. But that does allow a free switch into Groudon. Big T-Wave. I think it looks good for Pokology here. Oh, this Latios is actually really threatening though. Oh, never mind. Got full parried. Didn't get to refresh or hit it back. Groudon gonna 2-hit the Hera. Kyogre coming in. And yeah, Water Spout's gonna do like 100 damage to probably Jirachi. Oh, just gonna kill Groudon. This is over. GG. But there's no other game, so I think that might have just been a friendly game. Or, you know what? I think that this was supposed to be game 1, but they were linked in the wrong order. That's my mistake. So that was game 1, and then this was game 2, and then Mad Dog got the win, and Pokology gave him the 3rd game. That's what happened. Alright. Forgive me for that little mix-up, but there you go. Sorry, that's Rubbish Bin Man appearing once again. And here we've got zacpz versus Hclat. Hclat, famous ADV gamer. Dabbling in Ubers a bit for the fans. zacpz, owner of Mushi League. I guess besides Mushi. And guy who beat me with Choice Band Moltres, as I said in the last episode. Nice switch to Snorlax versus the Ho-Oh. Into the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball threatened versus that Latios there, so that was a pretty nice way to get Snorlax in and get a free Body Slam. Goes for it again. That was huge. No fear versus in the face of this Groudon. Just gonna Body Slam again. I don't know if he was expecting a double switch out or just wanted to fish for a power versus the Groudon, but it worked out for him. With an enormous Paralyze on the Snorlax and a nice little chunk of damage. Fortress entry point. Gonna check for Fire Move. Very nice. That's great. That was really astute. I vibe with that decision. I think that was a great decision. And with Rain up, not going to be too threatened by the Fire Blast anymore, especially because Fire Blast has a miss chance on it and he's paralyzed, so the chance for Fire Blast to actually connect is lower, and then when it does connect, it has lower damage in the rain. Allowing Fortress to get a spike. Very nicely done. Any Deus Ex fans? Goes for an Ice Beam. Snorlax taking a spike and some chip. Not long for this world. Oh, he can explode here. I would say Explosion is a good choice here. Yes, take out the Snorlax with a spike to boot. That's a good value out of Fortress. Trade with Snorlax and make a spike. That's a net gain of 1 spike. And might catch an Explode there. Ah, full parried. That was a lucky para if he went for an Explode there. Goes Wobbuffet on the Metagross. Does he click counter? He does. Metagross eliminated. Not sure if that's band damage. It might be, because Wobbuffet's quite bulky. So I think 40% is quite a lot to do to Wobbuffet. It has really high health. So that could have been a banned Metagross, in which case, counter is for free there. Goes Kyogre in the face of Deoxys. Assuming no Thunder because it's a Sun team, that would be anti-Synergy. Can still run Thunder though sometimes, but more of a common option on like Latios, because it switches into Kyogre. Deoxys attack with Thunder, more common if you have Kyogre yourself, so that was a nice decision there, go Kyogre. You can surely live whatever Deoxys attack can do and get a big Ice Beam on the incoming Latios. That was really good. Gonna blow up, take out Latios. Huge. Great. Kyogre comes in. Yeah, everything in the world is threatened by a water attack here, so this is looking pretty free for Hclat. Very nicely done. I got full parried there, though. Okay, that was almost nonsense. He almost got unlucky there, but he had a Deoxys attack to finish it off anyway. So that's alright. Game 2, Zac vs Hclat. Let's get into it. We got the infamous banned Heracross lead. Absolute menace this tournament. Gonna probably achieve insane value this game. So, forces in the flurry. I've been there before. Gonna get a spike. HP Fire on Latios revealed. Hclat, no longer frightened of that option. Not gonna get caught off guard by that one. Goes Furry into the... Brick Break destroys the light screen. That's not something you see that often in Gen 3, but here in Ubers, light screen, a bit more common. He probably just wanted to attack Furry. He wasn't thinking about that effect, but... Goes for the Explode. As you should. You can just get this Heracross the hell out of here. You can live with only 1 spike. You'll be fine. Blissey comes in for pretty free. Can throw out a status move here. Oh, that looks rough. Oh, this looks horrible. Yep, that is 2 turns wasted. Allowed Groudon to Swords Dance and sub up. So Zac can sub into his Salackberry if he likes. He's probably got a Salackberry, I can only assume. Gonna outrun this thing. Oh, he's been hit into it. Didn't even have to sub. And, yep, Hclat just forfeiting. Sub Salack Groudon, great win condition. And that really does punish Blissey quite hard. Because you sub on their status move. Assuming they don't have Ice Beam. But even if they do, like, you have to guess right. You can live an Ice Beam, Swords Dance, and then all of a sudden they're threatened. You can sub the next turn. There's ways to do it. I think that's really good against Blissey. Free Thunder. Sorry, let me switch sides. Hclat on the bottom, as has been tradition. Looks like another banned Metagross. That's enormous damage versus Kyogre there. Wow. breaks through Kyogre with... Must be a very fast banned Metagross. And with the attack raise, it can... I mean, geez, that's crazy. Sacred Fire, pretty good here. Free burn into the Snorlax. That's a good... That's what you need right now. Get some Metagross in there. Hopefully not Curse Rest. That would... I think a Cursed Rest Snorlax would probably be victorious here. Although actually, you'd just get exploded on and dealt with, I imagine. Zach knows that his Snorlax is probably going to die eventually, so goes for Slam Paras. Goes for Fire Blast, I guess, to do a little bit more chip to the Metagross. And going to save his Snorlax probably to sack later. Maybe that allows a Deoxys attacker free switch in. A Snorlax sack later. Goes to Ho-Oh. A Mew in the back. More commonly seen as a lead, but can do the same thing in the back with Swords Dance, and that is enormous. He's going to explode on the next thing. Never mind. He's going to get forced out, but he can explode again later. And I imagine Zach wins this. He's got an explode up his arsenal. I guess a Cursed Snorlax is like the one way you could maybe break through this, but he just got paralyzed. That made his life a bit harder. And this Latios is doing like 30 each time with this, so... Yeah. Gonna get defeated here. Looks like he had Protect because he moved first there. This one's over. Oh, Calm Minds? Is he Salak? No. Could he win with just the Latios? Nah, the Mew's gonna finish him off. There we go. GG's. Alright, folks, now we've got XRN versus Bhol. XRN has some Uber's experience. I believe he's considered one of the favorites in this tournament. And Bhol, I think, is a Gen 3 OU player I've seen around. Probably dabbles a bit in Ubers. Could go either way. Perhaps. Let's take a look. We've got a Zapdos lead, a bit novel, a bit interesting. Fori into meta, very sensible. Gets a free spike. XRN not scared of HP fire. I guess you know what? Zapdos probably represents a rain team. Agility sub. Whoa. Now this is some interesting stuff going on right now. Staffberry. Okay, we're gonna baton pass to Groudon. Icy Wind to cover the switch in. What the hell? Icy Wind again? To bring it back down to base speed? Icy Wind again for the fans at home? HP Ghost gonna clear the Latios, but this Groudon is... The threat has been curbed. Someone has just screamed that it's dinner time. I apologize for that. Gonna Calm Mind in the face of the enemy Kyogre. Outspeeding it. Achieving special defense. To shrug off that damage from Thunder. Sun Up. Gonna force out this Kyogre probably. Metagross threatening a big explosion. Oh! The protect! To take the... This is why he's a gamer. This is why he's an Uber's main. Protect Kyogre to tank the explosion from Metagross. It's genius. That happens all the time. A Metagross comes in and tries to explode Kyogre. Not today. Gonna get paralyzed though. And we're finishing off enemy Kyogre. This, by the way, was a bluff. Because he Carmined it in the face of that Kyogre. But he doesn't have Thunder on his own Kyogre. He just scared him into thinking he might have Thunder and he switched out. That was a bluff, folks. Very nicely done. Deoxys attack, I'm sure, will clean this up from this point onwards. The enemy Deoxys attack. Gonna get extreme speed. And Latias is gonna get blown up on. That's all, folks. Game 2. That was a crazy little sequence with the Staff Berry and the Icy Wind. That was a really interesting way to deal with that. So we've got a Blissey coming on an Latios, standard affair. The Snorlax with no lefties. Is that a banned Snorlax? Could be banned Snorlax. I feel like 20% is pretty big damage versus a Forretress that resists your stab. So looking like banned Snorlax right there. Gonna make some free spikes. Gonna go Blissey. Gonna pivot back to Latios into the Groudon's Earthquake. Groudon also no leftovers. Could be a berry. Could be another Choice Band. Choice Band, Snorlax, and Groudon would be a bit insane. I would be surprised. I'm going to say probably Salac on that. Or Lumberry. Goes own Fori. Gonna stabilize with a spin here. HP Fire though. HP Fire is going to be pretty significant. That is going to do a lot of damage. Oh, Light Screen up though. He spiked rather than HP Firing again. Because he thought that Bhol would not stay there. But Bhol did stay there. And that was a little bit of gaming. Switches out on the HP Fire this time. Is he bluffing HP Fire Latios, perhaps? Successfully forced out Fori there. Gonna... Oh. Well, Snorlax is down. One sec, let me back up there. I didn't even process that little sequence. So, he goes Kyogre, makes Rain, and then goes Snorlax. Hoping to dodge the Sacred Fire burn. Actually, no, why would he Sacred Fire from this position? No, I'm stupid. Obviously forces out Kyogre, perhaps getting a little extra turn out of Lax. Unfortunately not, with Thunder finishing it off. Forgive my brain aneurysm there. I now understand what's happening. I'm now no longer an idiot. Going Groudon onto Mewtwo. Probably wanted to catch like a Thunder or something. Bulk up Mewtwo. Looking pretty nice. But Swords Dance gonna match it. Might be able to break through. Yeah, not going to be tanky enough. Blows up though, takes him down with him. Just going to drop to the Ice Beam. I guess without a leftovers, you assume a more offensively oriented Groudon, so that makes sense. Evidently no... Oh, there is HP Fire. I was going to say no way is there HP Fire in this Latios. There is. Interesting. HP Fire Latios. On a non-Sun team, I guess it does make sense in some scenarios. But XRN is definitely going to break through this. With 4 Pokemon against Bhul's 2. One of which being a Deoxys attack, applying its incredible offensive pressure. A Carmine Latios, could it do it? No. Blissey is going to nip that in the bud. Oh, this This Kyogre could make something happen. I imagine the Deoxys can... Oh, Latios can come in and threaten Thunder? Yep. And now it's over. I guess the Latios doesn't have a refresh on it. If it had refresh, instead of HP Fire, he might be... This might have been a winnable game. But then, Deoxys attack with Shadow Ball is always a threat. That was a rough one from that position. That's it for round 2, folks. Those were some good sets, as usual. You guys are bringing some cool teams. I'm still enthusiastic about this format. And stay tuned for round 3, coming soon. One of the matchups this time got DQ'd. That happens. Hopefully we can get a guest on for the next one for some co-commentary. As usual, as I always say, check out my Patreon and my Discord in the description. Follow me on Twitch and stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, do everything. Do it all. Thank you, guys. More Ubers tournaments in the future as well. I'm going to host another one after this. Probably not immediately after, because I'm in a lot of tournaments right now, so quite busy in that regard. Jeez, I can't speak. And then, you know, hosting a tournament on top of that adds a bit of work. But after all the tournaments are finished, I'll start hosting more Uber stuff. Thank you very much, guys.